All right, hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to this 23rd of February, and oh, let me just shut that down. Yeah, yeah, it's almost the 24th of February. I got started a little bit late in the day, but yeah, I don't know. It's better late than never. So I'm gonna be using. I'm gonna be drawing on my iPad today, using Procreate as my yeah software for drawing in. And for reference, I'm gonna be using Croquis Cafe. So it's a really great resource for artists. I really highly recommend that you go and check them out and support them if you're able to. I will leave a link in the description. And yeah, without much more talking, I'm just gonna get on with it. So let me just make sure I got everything going. Just gonna scale this down. Oh, put it somewhere here. Make a new layer. And yeah, so we're starting with 1 minute here. It's pretty cool. It's a male model. Uh, I know I got the reference video that you can see in the on the side of the screen, but I know I had to blur it out, mostly not to get shut down my videos. Even though some of them are actually getting age restricted still on YouTube, which which kind of surprised me because I blurred it quite much. So I don't know. To be honest, it might not even make sense. I have it there anymore. I mean, I don't know if it might help you kind of see the outline of the pose, but yeah, it's not really super relevant. So yeah, that was the first one. Oh, actually, let me scale it down. Put it here, then a new layer. Second one here. So of course, I just came back from my vacation, and before that, I was drawing a bit on paper. So I have to get used again to draw on the iPad. It's quite it's quite different. It takes me a little bit longer to get used to the iPad, especially like changing layers and all that technical stuff. Once you have done it a little bit, it kind of becomes second nature. But if you take a break, I find that I really fast lose all my what's it called, my routines in doing it. So let me scale this guy down, put him here. That was a really weird pose. I don't think I nailed that one, but it's okay. I'm gonna nail this one. So I'm starting with the foot, getting the angle, or the what do you call it? Yeah, the angle of the leg, right? Yeah, I think so. It's kind of getting a little bit the line of action going, the direction of the shoulder. Also, the direction of the hip is a little bit more like that. Um, Also, I find it a little bit easier to draw women than men. Um, they are a little bit more curvy. Men can be a little bit more angular. Um, so, but it's fine. I think some of my best life drawings are done of men. Um, and I think it's also a little bit the same. It's you kind of have to struggle a little bit more, which just gonna fix that little line there. Oh, actually, that might have been more trouble. Maybe I'll do that. And then scale this guy down. Put him here. Maybe I fixed that line on the correct layer here. So, and then make a new layer. Alright. Oh. Okay. So this is 2 minutes. It's already started. Yeah, I'm on the right layer. So here yeah, it's actually, this is a really difficult one. I have to draw a little bit smaller here to make sure I can get all the limbs in. So that's the knee there. And then the spine is about there. Got the rib cage. His shoulder blade is going really strangely back. Wow, man, this is a really weird pose. Which is good. I quite like the... Yeah, I think I said that before. I quite like when I have to struggle a bit with it. I run my own live drawing class, or organize it rather. So I hire models, and once I hired a contortionist, which was super interesting. I think everybody had a really bad day. It's kind of, I don't know, but it's really fun, and yeah, I don't know, it's good to try it. It's something that we are still talking about. It's but yeah, definitely contortionists are not the easiest to draw. Alright, so let's scale this guy down here. Oh dude, man, this guy is just making all the hard poses. Okay, so I'm gonna start with this knee here, and put the foot in, get the thigh here, and shoulders. So by starting with the leg, I kind of get a good start for my proportions. I kind of know how the character will sit in the scene and how big he will be. A lot of people starts with the head, and it's, I mean, it's good. I guess there's a whole theory about the body being 8 heads or 7.5, depending on who you ask. I was looking into it a bit, just out of interest, and there's a lot of like different theories about it. These kind of standard proportions. It's never something that I really spend too much time on. I mean, it's good to kind of use as a guide, and of course, if you are way off, you can go back and check. But I don't know. To be honest, I never really got into it that much. It's not something that I think about when I'm drawing. So, and I think also, like starting with the head, it feels like such a weird place to start. Um, I mean, first of all, the head is quite small of the limbs, like the arm and the legs and the torso. It's just bigger parts. So I think if you start with the head and you get the size kind of wrong, and the body is 8 heads long, I mean, you are multiplying the error 8 times. So like, if you start with a bigger proportion, and then go down. So if you start with the body length and then divide that into 8, you're gonna get the head size correct. And if you make a mistake, you will divide your mistake rather than multiply it. So I know it's a little weird math-y, but I think what I'm trying to say is, if you have to start somewhere consistently to avoid getting mistakes, and I think the head seems like the almost the worst place to start. So oh man. Okay, this is a really cool pose. I think there's a lot more poses today than there usually is. I don't know if they're ever gonna get around to the 5 minutes. Got started this a little bit weirdly. Feel lost a little bit control, which is fine. I think it's good not to be in control all the time. Kind of forces you to think more and try out different solutions rather than just what you always do. Plus, it kind of forces you to look at the model a little bit more, be a little bit more critical. Where if you are just in control, you might take some things for granted and not really pay attention to what is actually in front of you. That one got a little bit weird. Alright, well, that was the first few ones, so I guess, yeah, it's one more 5 minutes left. I hope it's not gonna be a lying pose. Looks alright. I think I prefer the poses are a little bit square. Actually, like this one. It's quite a nice pose actually. But with that said, it's hard because you got the arms crossing a few times and you got the leg. So I'm gonna start with the foot, which might be the worst place to start on a pose like this. I probably should start somewhere in the middle, but I also know if I start in the middle, I'm probably not gonna have room for the foot. So I'm just gonna draw the leg up here, like his arms are not there. I'm also just gonna draw in the torso. So I'm just gonna erase. Here you got the arm. It's actually sitting all the way over here on the leg. So on the shoulder, no, the elbow. Something like this here. Let me just clean that up a little bit. I think also I'm using a bit too big a brush. It's alright. Oh, sorry if I'm mumbling a bit. I'm probably gonna give myself a little bit more time on this pose. It could be nice to do a quick color pass. Or maybe not. It's actually, I'm not sure I'm gonna. I think I'm off to a little bit of a bad start on this drawing here. It got really messy really fast. So there will be a lot of cleanup I need to do for it to work. But maybe it's worth it. Maybe actually I try and work on I'm gonna try something. So a new layer. Maybe I take this and take the opacity down and work on this one. So now I can basically just try and use the first drawing I did as a guide, as a sketch, and then fix all my problems, all my 99 problems here. Or I might just completely screw it up. That's it's always a really big risk. So it's hard with the arms because I think I already made this arm a bit too short. But yeah, I'm just gonna leave it like that. And then this might bring the shoulder down, just we don't have to be super precise. It's actually, yeah, I don't know. I used to be quite militant with not going off model, sticking to what was in front of me. I'm just gonna pause this video. And if I made a mistake, I would go back and correct it and make sure everything was right. I almost rather have had a correct drawing and fix all my mistakes than have a nice drawing. That was kind of what I used to. I think now, it doesn't matter as much to me that the drawing is correct if the proportions are completely there. I rather have a nice drawing, something that is working. So I made the head way too big. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should just accept that that this will never be the most amazing live drawing, and then just run away and come back and fight again tomorrow. If that. Alright, yeah, maybe I just do that. Just gonna try and hide this layer, and then maybe do a quick shading pass. Could actually be good to take a bit more time on a pose like this, especially when I've been fighting so much with getting it correct. Maybe just redo it and make sure that I kind of check all my errors. I might do that off camera, I'm not sure. Alright, but I think I'm gonna give up on this drawing. It's never gonna be that Leonardo da Vinci that I thought it would be. But that's just how life goes sometimes. Yeah, but thank you so much for tuning in, and I will be back again tomorrow with some more live drawing. So please, if you haven't already, you can go and check out my YouTube channel and subscribe to it. And you can also maybe like or follow my Facebook page. You're very welcome to do that. And of course on Instagram I'm also active there. So and on Twitter. So I'm all over the place. So yeah, we'll say bye for now, and I hope to catch you again another time. Okay, ciao.